Boxing King Media in association with Box Row here with Dave Coldwell. Dave, big night. John Ryder beating Daniel Jacobs, big name on his resume. But talk to me about that. A lot of people had it either or.
If you want me to be honest, going into the fight, I thought Ryder was going to beat him. I said Lerone fancied Jacobs. I was saying no, I fancy Ryder. So I thought the Ryder that fought Callum Smith would at this stage with Danny Jacobs, Canelo money coming over here for a good payout. What's his ambition going to be like when you get on his chest, start bullying him? I thought, is he just going to settle into that losing sort of on points? So I fancied Ryder quite strong. As the fight turned out, I thought Ryder gave him too much respect. I thought he was giving him way more respect for this version of Danny Jacobs. It was like he was giving him the respect of the old version of Danny Jacobs. And I thought Jacobs was just trying to old man him. And I kind of thought he was trying to do a Bernard Hopkins on him. Yeah. And that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of a Bernard Hopkins, like pinch and rest, and then having a little burst, pinch and rest, and trying to break his rhythm that way. But Ryder was allowing him and waiting him. So there was a lot of rounds where you could say Jacobs was nicking. But then down the stretch, maybe from 6 onwards, then Ryder quite regularly hurt Jacobs. You could see Jacobs' legs like stiffening up, not wobbling, but stiffening up a little bit. And so he was landing the telling shots. But it was very, very close, and it was kind of like, could have gone either way. I was like, whichever way it goes, as long as it's not, we don't see a stupid scorecard, and it's a fair representation of fight. And I think with the scorecards, this is about right. Could have gone either way. Do you know what I mean? Either of those scores, but in either man's favour. So what that is, that's not a robbery. Yeah. It's just a close fight, a close, hard, competitive fight. Lerone thought Jacobs won the fight. I kind of thought, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really scoring it because I'm still thinking about Opie's win. I'm thinking about Jordan's fight in 2 weeks, because you come to a big venue, you know, it's like, you know that the next show then is your man, you know, in a massive fight, an important fight. So I'm watching it, but I'm not really scoring it. So it's more about the feel of the fight I'm getting, and my feeling was it could have gone either way. Before
I talk about Opie, I do want to talk about another closest fight, Felix Cash against Madiev. What did you make of that? Because we know Felix got knocked down in the first, and then he got knocked down in the last round, and they got point deducted. But from the calculations that were done, every round was given to Cash. He won every round. That's how the judges scored it.
Right.
How did you see it?
So I didn't actually see the last round, but I don't need to because I've seen, and I didn't see I think it's the 11th. It might be the last 2 rounds. I went out. I will be honest with you. I went out and got some food. I was starving. But from what I saw for the majority of the fight, I thought when Felix kept it range behind his jab, I thought it was handled him quite easily, quite comfortably. But it was a good competitive fight. But I've been told about the scorecards. So if you're 5 rounds down, like with the point, like 2 knockdowns and a point deduction, and it's a 10-rounder, and one of the scorecards, that's what I don't get.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
So I don't get the scoring of it. But I thought Cash won the fight from what I saw of it, apart from the knockdown, apart from the fact, but then that's 5 points. So
I get it. I want to talk about your charge, man. Hope Price, massive win, impressive. Look fun. I think when I was talking to people around you, they said that's the most impressed that they've been by Hopi. Yeah. Is this the fight that sets the light on for the rest of the year?
That's what everyone said about the Zaid Hussein fight last time out. And that's what people were saying about the Grande fight. It was 5 unbeaten in 5 Italian, DAZN, Italy and all that shit, right? And he did the job in it. What you're seeing is, this is what you need to see with prospects, and what I'm hoping to be able to be allowed to develop is a progression of the fight in fights. What you're working on in the gym, is a progression going as the fights go on, and that's what I'm getting with Opie. He's got unbelievable talent. He's got an unbelievable mindset and mentality, and that's allowing everything that we do in the gym. He does on fight night. The things that we work on, he does on fight night. Everything that I'm asking him to do as the fight's happening, he does straight away. And it was brilliant tonight. It was genuinely, for me, as his coach, I'm very, very critical, and I'm like this, that, you know, and that's as near to flawless of a performance for a kid at 7-0 that I could hope for.
I'm just going to quickly move away from the score. I've got 2 quick questions. I spoke to Conor Ben there. I go, Chris Eubank Jr., do you want it? He goes, 154, let's make it. What do you make of that?
Fucking hell!
What do you make of that?
That'd be huge. That'd just be huge. That's why I'm a massive fan of Conor Ben, because he's just got fucking balls of steel. He don't give a shit. He'll fight anybody. It's the people around him's job to like say, whoa, just hang on a minute, yeah. Because he will fight anybody, and he will genuinely believe he will beat everybody, and that's the elite mentality. That's the mentality that's got him from being that kid that was raw as fuck on his debut, that everyone thought, okay, now thank God he's got that surname because he ain't gonna do nothing. So now you're looking at him, you're seeing a progression and development of a talent. So it's a bit big, innit? It's a bit big. But also, Eubank's coming down to 154, it'd be fucked.
Yeah, it'd be hard to.
So it's kind of like, it's a fantasy fight. You know, when
but it gets you hyped when you think about it, right?
It's a fantasy fight, but I can't see it happening. And or maybe like when it is. But the problem is Eubank's older, isn't it? So by the time Conor gets to that stage where he's a 154 legitimate, and you know, I don't think it'll ever happen. But it's a fun fight to think about and talk about.
A fun fight that.
And it'll be Ben v Eubank 3, not Eubank v. I was always a Nigel Ben fan.
Oh, yeah,
so it's a Ben v Eubank 3.
A fight that should have happened 5 years ago. It's going to happen next week.
Only 5 years ago?
Yeah, alright, maybe longer, but I'm saying 5 years. I'm being generous there. Give me your thoughts, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Listen, I always said that when everyone was still rabbiting about it and asking about it, and we're knowing it, I'm like, listen, I'm not talking about it. Talk to me about it once it's signed, once it's done, I know it's happening, then I'll get excited. I'm excited about it. I don't know, listen, it's not the fight that it should have been, and we'll never know who was the best. We'll never know. Because whoever wins next week, it doesn't mean that they was the best at their peaks. We will never know that. So take it for what it is. 2 fighters that have passed it, and it's about whoever's got what left. And whoever's got the most left wins the fight. Don't ask me who that is. I ain't got a clue, because I'm even now just looking at the faces and look at wear and tear on the faces and seeing how they're looking and thinking, fucking hell, he looks old. Oh, he looks old now. I'm like, I don't know who's got what left. I don't know. And your gut says, well, surely if Kell lands on him, Kell's going to knock him out. But then also you think, well, Kell's not fought for a couple of years. Kell's more vulnerable than what he was, how he's lived his life. He's surely not going to take, he's not got that toughness that he used to have, or he's not going to take the same sort of shot. So maybe Khan can stop Kell as well. It's one of those fights where literally anything could happen. Anything could happen. And that's why I'm so excited. But I'm telling you, when that bell goes ding, everybody's going to be like, you know, your butterflies and shit. I've known Kell for years and years and years. Like, I've seen the first ever sparring session that he did in that gym was with me. As a kid, when Brendan had us having kids hitting us anywhere they want, he was that kid. So I've seen the kid grow up, seen him grow up into a dad, seen him grow up into a champion, seen him grow up into what he is now. So I know what he's like, and I know he has to win this fight. If he loses this fight, this is, I don't even know. That's going to be so hard for him. Khan, I don't think Khan, deep down, I don't think he'll give a shit, because I think Khan's really, really comfortable in himself, where he will take fights just for the money. He will just do whatever he's not asked what people think. I think Kell is.
Cool, Dave. I know you've got to travel up
Cheers.
the motorway, so I'll let you go. And thanks, the boys, the big boys over here, are sort of staring at me. All right, cool. All right, Dave Coldwell, thank you so much for talking to myself.